Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today is Craft Your Stash Day. This Craft Your Stash collab is hosted by Lisa Marie, and I am really excited that I get to co-host this month. I know you guys have a ton of items in your craft stash that you are wanting to use, and you know what I found in my craft stash? A ton of Dollar Tree calendars. I thought they were all cute. I bought them all. I probably have 7 or 8 of them for the past like 3 years. So we're gonna get going and use some of those. So let's get into the video. First in DIY, I picked up for $3.50 at a thrift store, and it is this large clock of picture frame, and I've had it honestly since last spring, like over a year, if not just a year, and it is probably one of the largest things that I have. So I went ahead and painted this black finally. I was up in the air of what I wanted to paint it, and then I came across one of these older calendars with a cow in it, and I knew I had to just cut that out and stick it right where the picture should be. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead and add some embellishments to this. I didn't want this to be super crazy and out of control and a ton of detail. I just really wanted it to look nice. So I'm just adding some moss here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add some greenery, and then I topped it off with some baby's breath. And then I did have these little fairy garden like mini figurines from Dollar General. They have them this year, but I did buy them last year, and I just added them to the bottom of this. I didn't glue them or anything in case I want to change them up, but I love how this turned out with just a little bit of paint and a calendar picture. Wanted to share this DIY as well, so I didn't obviously show how I did this, but this is just using another one of those little tiny photos on the back side of the calendars, and I love this one. This is actually in one of my tier trays. I believe I did not get any of these out during the other seasons or holidays like Christmas and Valentine's, but I am going to be using this Valentine's picture, but I am not going to be using the entire thing. Also, this thrifted sign. This was, I think, $1.49 or $1.29, and I did have to end up sanding it down. I really liked that wood color, but I had to sand those words off. They were just not peeling off for me, so I did end up painting it white, and then now I'm just using this little buffalo check, and I'm just going to be adding this to the bottom of the sign. So when I think using the calendars, I always think that I have to use the entire photo, and really you don't have to. You can just kind of piece it out. So I love this little buffalo check, so I did just grab my glue stick, and I just used a good old Elmer's glue stick. I do just like the purple because you can see where you're actually adding the glue to. And then I'm just going to trim it down. Yes, the back side is not the most prettiest thing you've ever seen. I'm also going to be using this new Chalk Couture silkscreen stencil. I love these, and I'll link it down below for you guys. This is one of my favorites, and if you love farmhouse, they have a ton of new farmhouse stencils out right now. I am upset. I literally bought all of them. So I'll be sharing those in some newer videos, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my velvet chalk paste and add this one to the front of this sign. And that is all I did here. So you could add this as like a to-do list. You could just make it into a sign, whatever you choose. Add photos to this. I just think this turned out so cute. This one, I'm using this bunny picture along with this sign. I have had this in my garage. I cannot tell you how long, and it was sanded. It was, I don't even know what it said on it, but it was definitely a yard sale or a thrifted item. And now I'm just using a ton of this glue just to add the picture right to the top. And I think this is the fun part about crafting your stash is I went to grab items that I have had for at least over a year that I keep just like pushing aside and putting back in my garage and thinking I'll eventually use it, and then I obviously never do. So this was like a fun video for me for sure, because I really kind of went a little above and beyond. Obviously you can't tell, but I went above and beyond when it came to things that were in my craft stash that I was probably going to eventually donate if I didn't use them now. So now just to top this sign off, I wanted to just add some like a 3D effect to it because it's kind of plain, obviously, and just adding a picture from the calendar to a sign isn't super fun. Obviously, I thought it looked good the way it was, but I wanted to add some flowers and some eggs and some carrots just to make this more Eastery and more fun. And I just think this is absolutely adorable, and I like the pops of color. Like, I like the pops of the flowers and the carrots and just a couple different colors of the eggs, and I think this was actually a really fun project to do. Never knew how good these two colors look together until this craft. So I'm using the color Truffle and Hazelnut, and these are by Waverly Chalk Paint. So I went ahead and started out with the truffle color and just painted the backside of this little cutting board. This was from the fall time, and I picked it up for a quarter or even maybe 50 cents. After the fall time, I picked these up for 10 cents. They had a ton of them left over, 90% off. Now I'm just dry brushing with the hazelnut color, and like, look how good this looks. I'm definitely gonna have to do some more projects with the two of these colors. Next, I'm just adding one of those tiny little pieces from the back side of the calendar that shows you what is going to be on every month. And I just think these ones are fun too because you can make a ton of really cute tier tray items or shelf items. Now, I did add that twine, and the more I looked at it, I'm like, this is terrible looking. I've got to take that off. So I just ended up adding a little gingham bow. Those are from Amazon. I will link below, but I love this one. So this next project, I have had this ornament for a couple years, and I don't know why I haven't used it. It's just a cute little house, like nothing crazy. I went ahead and painted one side white, and obviously I'm always using chalk paint. It just seems to cover up so much better. I did end up adding some painter's tape to each side of this when I painted. I'm also going to be using the color Celery by Waverly Chalk Paint as well. And I'm going to go ahead and add another one of those little tiny calendar pieces from the back side, and I'm just going to stick it right over the windows. And then I just wanted to add some twine and embellishments to make this look cute, and I think this will be super cute in a tier tray for Easter. So you guys, if you want to check out more calendar DIYs, I have a ton coming. But that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, this Craft Your Stash collab. I will link the playlist in the description box below. I hope that there is a ton of videos in there to inspire you to craft your stash. But that is it, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.